Hello and welcome back to another video on the Cole Garceth Racing YouTube channel and Facebook page. Now I apologize once again for being absent here on YouTube and Facebook for a while. I just haven't quite gotten around to getting to this stuff. We've been super busy with racing obviously this last month, and all summer long we had a rough season for a little bit there, and it just got to be a lot of time spent out in the garage trying to figure stuff out, and just didn't quite get time to make these videos. So we're going to get back on track here now. We're just going to pick it right up right before September here in about August with these videos. But anyways, first of all, I wanted to come on here and explain something. Now, this last winter we went on and put this Chevelle body on my Wayzata Street Stock, and it looked really cool. I know everybody I talked to really loved it. We had a great time putting it all together, and it was a lot of fun doing it. But when we took it out on the racetrack, we just couldn't quite get it to handle right, and we struggled with it for a very long time. So what would happen is I would go into the corner, and when I'd go to turn to the left to get into the corner, the car just wouldn't turn. Or it would turn in, but then once I'd get to the center of the corner, it would decide not to turn then either. So we were puzzled by this all year long, could not figure it out. We tried everything. We talked to many different people, asked them how we could get better, and we tried everything, and it just came down to we couldn't figure it out. Now, when I say we tried everything, we tried everything. I mean, we had different shocks on the car. We tried different lead placement, different springs, just everything you could possibly think of. We went through the car so many times and just never found anything bent. We would always find, something that was maybe a little off, change it to try and, we thought that was it, but it never was. So we came down to the point where me and Dad were fighting a whole bunch. He thought it was me, and I was saying it wasn't me, but, I had no way to prove that. So pretty much it came down to 1 week. We were like, all right, we're going to switch the body. So we came home from Glendon one Sunday night, and I didn't have school Monday or Tuesday because it was right before school started. And I tore the whole body off the race car, so it was just down to the bare frame. And then at night we would take my car into Innovative Air, and we'd use their sheet metal brake and everything, and we built a completely new body for this race car. The same body we had on last year. We just made a couple changes, and it just bolted right on this car. Now it was a long week because we had to build the body, and as I mentioned, we do all of our own lettering. So I had to letter the race car, and then Mom, Dad, and Greta all painted the race car all in 1 week, and we made it back out for Sunday night in Glendon. Now that video is coming up here really soon, so I'm not going to spoil nothing. But what is the difference between the car? Because the car handles a whole lot better now. So what we found the main difference was the weight of the quarter panels and the aerodynamics of the car. The weight of the quarter panels we didn't think was a big deal, just because the more rear percent we can get out of the car, which is weight on the rear tires, is better, is what we thought. But these quarter panels ended up being about 25 pounds heavier a piece, and with it being way out on the outer corners like that, it gets to be really heavy, and we didn't think about that, and we're thinking that could be what our issue was. Not only that, but the front of our car, and really all the way back, it was not really aerodynamic. The front was just like a flat piece instead of the nose piece that we had before. So was it aerodynamics, was it not? Who knows, but we're gonna go with that as a great possibility. And overall, just the back of the car was a whole lot longer with that Chevelle body on it. Once again, was that the issue? We have no idea. We're just gonna assume that all of it was a possibility, and needless to say, that Chevelle body is not going back on. And why we think it's better, the thing turns into the corner really nice now. I don't even have to turn the wheel to the left, which is exactly how you want it. It still has plenty of traction. It's exactly back to where it was last year, and maybe even a little bit better. And really, it just freed everything up. Freed up my car, which means being more loose. It even kind of, I feel like, freed things up suspension-wise, and it gets over to the corners it needs to get to more, and even just feels a little bit faster overall. So overall, I gotta say, I apologize for taking the Chevelle body off. I know we really kind of hyped it up this year, and it turned out great, and I was loving having it on the car, other than for the fact that we just couldn't get it to work, and I as a driver just couldn't overcome that. So yeah, I just gotta apologize to everybody and sponsors and all that. We intended to keep it on for this year, and even intended on trying to do something different next year, but after this year and how we've seen that work, I don't think there will be anything different on next year. So yeah, just gotta apologize to everybody for not sticking with it, but sometimes it's better to be faster than looking cool. So that's gonna end today's video. Thanks for watching, and a boom boom boom, out go the lights.